going to talk about EdenChain, Programmable Economy Platform. So, James, let's welcome him with big hands.
Hi, my name is James An, and I am going to explain about EdenChain for 20 minutes. And these are the questions I prepared to let you know what EdenChain is. First, let me introduce myself. My name is James An, and Korean name is An Myung-ho. And the best way to describe who I am is using two sentences. The first sentence I want to explain is, I'm an engineer with big curiosity. I do love the technology. But I do love the technology which can affect, which can shape the future of our society as well as the technology, like game changer things. So I studied cloud computing and big data, machine learning, and now and blockchain. The reason why I am so crazy about the blockchain is because it can give us big impact on our social society as well as technology. But basically, the blockchain deals with the transparency and privacy of the data. So no one can hold whole information by himself. We can distribute, and everyone will get the same right. So that is the main reason why I like the blockchain technology so much. And second one is I'm a businessman who knows technology. I have been learning IT business more than 15 years. So I can say I know what real IT business is. To me, if the technology has no meaning and it does not give impact to our society or the business itself, then it is very meaningless to me. So when I design the EdenChain, I always keep in mind that point. The technology should give some impact or the value to any user. Otherwise, it's useless. So what is EdenChain? EdenChain is a permissioned blockchain with enterprise in mind. Permission blockchain accept only qualified participants only, unlike the permissionless blockchain, such as Bitcoin and Ethereum. In those kind of the permissionless blockchain, anyone can participate in the network, and all the transaction detail should be disclosed to the public. But those kind of thing is not acceptable to enterprise user. Most of enterprise users, they do care about the transparency and privacy and policy because of their business nature and some interest conflict, they could not, or they are not supposed to provide data transparency to the public. So in the permissioned blockchain, like EdenChain, we give full controllability and policy to enterprise users. So they can choose whatever they like. If they do not want to disclose the whole transaction detail to public, then they can go for it. Just use their own encryption, encryption technique, and they can encrypt the whole message. So only the person or organization with the private key can see the detail. Also, if they do not want to disclose anything to the public, then they can make it whole private chain. So only the peer or organization can access the transaction. So, in short, yes, in permissioned blockchain, those kind of controllability is very attractive to enterprise user. And to build such kind of the permissioned blockchain, I use new technology and I combine the new technology with existing technology. The existing technology I use to build the permissioned blockchain is like this: MVT and ECCTC and EVM kind of stuff I adapted to have the solid and workable blockchain technology. And I introduced new one like eOracle and parallel execution kind of stuff. By combining those two technologies, yes, we can really have the workable and solid the blockchain platform. So what are the tech problems EdenChain is going to solve? Yes, I can summarize those. I can summarize the big tech problem in two categories. The first one is scalability, and second one is security. To solve the scalability problem, yes, I introduced namespace, and the namespace is quite well known in computer science, and it's very proved. And in fact, network and OS, many kind of computer system already use namespace successfully. And for security, yes, I create my own technology named eOracle, and the eOracle is composed of the three big technology, which is going to be given in coming slide. And there is another big challenge we often forgot to mention. That is service implementation. If enterprise decide to use blockchain technology, then they need someone who will help design and implement their system. Think about that. If there's the fascinating technology that solves most of blockchain problem we are facing now, but what if that technology is not so easy to use? What if hiring good talented people to use that technology is not so easy one? Then from enterprise's viewpoint, even if the technology is quite good, but the usability and accessibility are quite low. So when we talk about the enterprise user, easy to implement is quite important factor. In EdenChain, we want to incorporate RESTful API to have quick and easy blockchain service implementation. This is a comparison matrix, and as you can see, the EdenChain is a permissioned blockchain, and it does parallel execution, and it secures interoperability between on-chain and off-chain. And the other stuff I want to emphasize is this one. Yes, I want to say that the EdenChain is easy to develop compared to existing technology. The technical strengths of EdenChain can be summarized into three things: the scalability, security, and high availability. Scalability is the most hot keyword in blockchain space because we all know that without achieving scalability, we cannot apply blockchain service to real-world service. So it's some kind of buzzword. And there are so many ICO startups who claim to solve this issue, like sharding or DAG or something else. So every day we can see new technology coming out to solve this scalability. And I truly believe by achieving scalability, the blockchain will have the next generation. In EdenChain, we use namespace, and the namespace we use namespace. The basic idea of namespace is like this. In each blockchain service, we give unique ID to unique ID. Then the blockchain service is supposed to put namespace in transaction header. Then by examining the namespace in transaction header, we can very simply and easily recognize what is the source of that transaction. For example, this is a transaction router, and then transaction router will receive transaction from outside. then transaction router will simply check the namespace of each transaction. Then it will forward the transaction to corresponding namespace John. If the namespace starts with ABC, then transaction router will send the transaction to namespace John here. If namespace EDN, then transaction router will forward that transaction to this namespace. By applying this methodology, we know that all these transactions have no data consistency problem. That means even if we execute all these transactions simultaneously, we don't have any data completion. So this is how the EdenChain can achieve parallel execution. And as you can see, the concept and the way to achieve the namespace is quite easy. So to use the namespace, the algorithm is very simple and clean, and computation power is not so much required. Just checking the header of transaction, that's enough. The on-off-chain security, yes, it will become it will be next the hot keyword in blockchain space because of nature of a smart contract. I am the one who strongly believes the true killer application of blockchain is a smart contract. Yes, as of now, the coin is the killer application, but it's some kind of speculation. But after party is over, then the smart contract will be the killer application. And the smart contract is destined to interoperate between on-chain and off-chain through internet. That means there is a high possibility hacker can do something bad through internet because the interaction between on-chain and off-chain will be open to everyone, even to hacker. So if I were hacker, then I will do my best to attack internet part rather than blockchain itself. But so far, most of blockchain, they do not care about on-chain and off-chain security because most of their concern and technology effort are dedicated to blockchain itself. But from my viewpoint, to support enterprise user, this kind of on and off-chain the security is very important. And to achieve that, in EdenChain, we use 3 key technology. The first one is multiple data source. And second one is ECCTC. And third one is MVT. So let me explain one by one. The reason why we have the multiple data source is like that. Suppose we have only one connection to external service. Then if hacker hack that connection, then he can manipulate data. So that means all the system will be vulnerable. But if we have multiple data sources, say the 11 internet connection, then hacker must be able to attack more than 6 nodes because we have the 51% attack. So from hacker's viewpoint, it takes more effort to hack these connections. And that is the main reason we want to have a multiple data source. So in short, yes, we increase the cost of attack. The second part is ECCTC. Because we have the multiple data source, there must be a way to communicate each other, communication among those nodes. And these nodes should broadcast their data getting from outside. And also these servers, nodes, will be exposed to internet because they should interact with internet. So if we don't have any data encryption technique or the way to do that, then hacker also can hack the message among these nodes. And to prevent that one, yes, I introduced ECCTC. The ECCTC, in short, is some kind of the private key sharing algorithm. Generate the private sharing key and split into number of nodes. So even if hacker successfully hack or snip the packet among these nodes, he cannot decrypt it because to decrypt message, he needs whole key. But that key is not available in these nodes. So that is how we can achieve the message security in e-Oracle system. And now we have multiple data source and the way to encrypt the message. Then we only have the final problem. That is how we can choose the true value. Think about that. We have a multiple data source. For example, 11 nodes. Then all the data are coming from 11 data nodes. And we should select right one. Which one is right? So some kind of consensus algorithm for external data is necessary. And for that part, yes, I introduced MVT. MVT means stands for median voter theorem. And according to this theorem, the median value is the truth. So in MVT, it chooses median value from these multiple data sources. This is how the EdenChain achieve on-chain and off-chain security. A high availability. Yes, this is also very important technical aspect we should consider. When we wanted to say it's a platform, then the platform is supposed to provide service 100% in any cases, such as system error, or fire, or a blackout, earthquake, or whatever. Because most of the, because the system on top of the platform is supposed to provide their service without any issue. So platform needs such kind of contingency plan. And to achieve such kind of high availability, the EdenChain exploit multi-data center pattern. In multi-data center pattern, there's a global DNS, and global DNS is the gateway to external service. So all the requests will go to global DNS first. Then global DNS will monitor health of each region, and when the global DNS discover the problematic region, then it will not forward the transaction to that problematic region. And instead, it forwards to the working region. When EdenChain launch its mainnet, then we will have multiple learning the region, such as Asia, Amazon, and Europe. So even if something happens in region, we have the other region which can provide its service without any problem. So we can guarantee high availability of EdenChain platform. The business model of EdenChain is quite straightforward. Yet it's a B2B blockchain platform. We provide blockchain platform service to enterprise user, and enterprise user build their blockchain service on top of EdenChain. In EdenChain, we provide two ways to support the blockchain service. The first one is using EVM. The EVM is one of the most popular smart contract language in the world, and relatively easy to acquire the human resource. If they think the EVM is the best one, then they can build the system based on EVM. And there's another option we provide, that is RESTful API. And the RESTful API is quite common, and most of developers know that. And since we are going to very concise and simple API, I guess the learning curve on how to use EdenChain's API is not going to take so much time. The target market of EdenChain is where quick penetration is allowed. Yes, since the blockchain is in very early stage, we don't know exactly where blockchain value is. So I have my own criteria to tell, oh, this industry is good or not. The first criteria is a low transaction value. Due to nature of a blockchain, I think the huge volume in real-time processing is not suitable for blockchain as of now. So relatively low transaction value, and it doesn't require real-time processing. I see those kind of areas the blockchain can fit into. The second criteria is regulation. Even if we can add some value by introducing blockchain, if that area has some regulation, then it takes some time. And I don't want And I think that is not a good candidate for target market. And third one is adding value by blockchain. If there's a business, and if we introduce the blockchain to that business, then we can innovate the business model or giving more value to existing user, then that makes lots of sense. So I have those kind of 3 criteria to judge whether this industry is good or not. And from my viewpoint, app, content, and commerce are good candidates. And I do not fear to take a venture to explore the opportunity of finding good target market. As I told you before, EdenChain is a B2P platform, and I know the platform business is quite tough. When you think about current situation, we know only few of the platform players, they made some success, like Google, Apple, or Microsoft. So doing such kind of platform business is quite tough. And to compromise those kind of the issue, I come up with the idea, the Hello Eden. The Hello Eden is an ecosystem builder for EdenChain. The Hello Eden is an ICO platform which help companies which want to do the ICO. There are many companies who want to do the ICO, but they have no idea what to do. So Hello Eden will help those companies to conduct ICO from A to Z, such as white paper review and community management and investor relations and so on. And we will strongly recommend the client of Hello Eden to use the EdenChain as a blockchain platform. And by accelerating those processes, the EdenChain is likely to get and capture the user of more the platform user, and after some time, we may have good ecosystem for EdenChain. And recently, we signed the business partnership with AAA, and that stands for Across Asia Alliance. In short, AAA is alliance among Asia Accelerator, and which has 780 startups as their portfolio company. If 10% of AAA agree to use EdenChain as their platform, then we will have 78 clients from the very beginning. And I think that is quite a good number compared to other blockchain platforms. And since the EdenChain is a platform, yes, I know the building ecosystem is crucial for success of EdenChain. And to have such kind of the good ecosystem, yes, we should support the user of EdenChain platform as much as possible. And I think I am ready to do whatever needed to make those partners successful. Thank you.
Much. We have time for a couple of questions. Okay, question here.
So in your distributed architecture, you envision Asia, Europe, and US to have their own data centers and a global DNS that can route queries to them. Yes. But usually, if there is a network problem, the global DNS is going to be affected, and the regions themselves might be affected. So in general, blockchain architectures try to solve that using consensus mechanisms, which basically block transactions from being completed if there is no Byzantine fault tolerance or other type of transactions. How do you envision that the same thing will work out for a global DNS server? Because that global DNS server becomes a single point of failure now.
Anyway, first, thank you for your good question. And let me answer to your question one by one. The first one. Having global DNS, multiple data center. Yes, as you said, there is a network latency. But as I told you, since the EdenChain is a platform, we need global the data center or network to support to provide high availability. And according to my research, the Google Cloud seems to be best one to for the low network latency, and they have the fastest the network all over the world. So I want to utilize the Google Cloud for that purpose. And since the global DNS is, as you said, it's a SPO, could be a SPOF, single point of failure. But in my knowledge, the service provided by Google Cloud for global DNS, they never have such kind of problem before. So I strongly believe that using Google's global DNS will guarantee the high availability of the service. And let me answer to next question. Since if we are the permissionless blockchain, yes, you pointed your point makes lots of sense. But we are permissioned blockchain, and each service have their own namespace. That means we don't have to distribute all the transactions to all over the world. If the enterprise user, they want to use their own dedicated namespace, then that namespace will have the main, the vision. And for backup part, yes, we don't need, for backup, they can do some kind of synchronizing database among these DNS. And for that part, yeah, we can use VPN gateway. So even if those kind of, that namespace has some problem, the other backed up, the region have the data, so we can distribute. And one more thing I want to add is that applying the blockchain to real-time service may be so challenging as of now. So if the transaction does not require to be handled in real-time manner, then those kind of problem will be perished. I mean, it could not bring the more serious problem.
Okay. Any other questions? Yes. Someone?
Thank you. Yeah. I have a question. Thank you for the nice talk. And this is not just about EdenChain, but I didn't have a chance to ask this question. So one big issue in blockchain, I think, is scalability. So every project is talking about that. For example, the Vitalik Buterin also mentioned a couple of weeks ago that Ethereum will eventually have million TPS. Yeah. So every project claims that they will do better. So yeah. I'm wondering if there is a kind of the test platform for kind of fair comparison.
As long as I know, yes, there is no such kind of benchmark site yet.
Then actually I think there might be a good project. Yeah. So if there is a
good R&D project, yes.
Okay. Thank you. Yeah.
Okay. All right. That's a very nice presentation. Good luck with your EdenChain, and hopefully we'll see lots of activities using EdenChain. Thank you very much.